All right, guys, welcome back again. And this is the fourth day of our this journey of guys, to develop ourselves into the core of the programming skills, right? And again, guys, it is not about programming. If you guys go through my few last lecture where I talk more about, if you have some artistic mind, if you have some creative mind, and you want to be a real engineer, and you want to be known as a creator of the technology, right? Because the way the system has been designed, right, normally it has been trained, provide a training to our mind that we have to learn some technologies, some languages, and finally we have to work for some company as a job, right? So it's not bad about to work as a job, but but this might not be the dream for somebody sometime, right? The always the great, to have our own creation, own technological creation, or maybe have our own company, own startup, right? So the overall, guys, the motto for this training, to train you guys in such a core level, by taking one example as a programming language. So technically we are using Python over here to develop our skills, because normally we might have the idea in our mind, right? And if you want to convert this idea into some real form, right, so the world will use this. So you have the idea, but if you don't know how to convert this idea into real artifact or real product, right, you won't able to you won't able to share your idea or your thoughts or your new approach to the real world. So for this you require some language. You can use any language, right? I'm not against any of the language, but here in this journey we use Python. Well, maybe you might not have the idea, but you want to use your skill in some of your job and your company profile. You can use, maybe you want to use in the data science world, maybe big data world, cloud world, DevOps, automation. Nowadays, guys, almost any of the field you guys work, most of the times we have a lot of reason, but most of the time, maximum company products prefer to use Python. Why Python, not other languages? Maybe in upcoming classes you come to know the power of the Python, right? Okay, but this guy's journey is not only to train you just in a language. It's very intuitive or very different kind of customized program I have created for you to explain you the core of it, right? And you would be trained in that and that much level. Maybe in the future, if I say that you have some idea in your mind, and can you create something new, can you create some new technology, or can you work as a creator? Okay, so you would be confident. I can give you the assurance, or I can give you guarantee. You would be so much confident, say yes, we can we can develop and we can create anything and everything, because we have a right and the core knowledge, right? So this is the whole motto, guys, and you guys know why. If you go through my some of my other videos and my TEDx talk, or you guys come to know what is my vision and which mission I am working on here, right? So this is the one thing. So let's guys come to new with our continue the journey of the Python, right? But again, guys, for this program, I told you there's no prerequisite. So initial classes, I'll try to balance a concept in such a way that if somebody know Python, they will also get new things, and somebody who don't know Python, they won't feel like that we directly jump to the advanced part. Because from my understanding, there's no advanced concept available in the market. It is just a way to do the business by some college or universities or by the institute, right? There's no advanced thing. The only thing is the core. If you have the right knowledge, if you have the core knowledge, you can create and develop anything, right? So here my main focus area would be to explain you the core of the programming language plus the core of the Python here. That's what, guys, we are going to do in this training, right? Okay. so so let's continue, guys. So what our plan is, what is the agenda for today? Before I go for the agenda, let me tell you the goal, whatever we have planned yesterday, right? So yesterday, guys, we have planned for one project, but in this training, guys, we are going to create lots and lots of projects. Okay, and maybe finally, guys, after creating multiple products or the projects, right, you might fetch some of the information from all different projects in this training, and maybe you can create something new by your own. Okay, but what was the idea, guys, in which we guys are working on? So the idea was, and the product was on which we are working on is something like this. So we know Alexa, or we know Google Assistant. So we have a lot of voice based control. They listen our voice, and if I say, Alexa, can you play this music for me, Alexa understand my voice, and they also reply with some. They also speak from the speaker when I say something. They recognize my voice or recognize human voice from their mic, and they do the thing for us, right? But the challenge, guys, we have is this is a very optimized tool, no doubt, from Amazon, from Google, from Microsoft, from Apple. These guys are very much optimized, no doubt. But the challenge, guys, here is, if you talk about the technical world, if you talk about the data center, if you talk about the company internal infrastructure, they guys have to work a lot by their hand. Means they have to go to to the black screen, run the commands in the program. They have to configure lots of things from their own, right? But they don't have as such assistant available. For example, let's say I would like to create one assistant, and when I say to this voice based assistant and say, hey, can you please go and set up a web server for me, or database for me, or can you please go to the cloud computing and launch one operating system for me, right? Something like this. So as such, there is no project or product available, and I say optimized product available, that might be the right statement for the technological guys. Okay, and if you can guys create, because again, this is the idea, right? And idea guys always come for adversity. We have issues, we have a demand, we have the challenges, and from that challenges idea come up. And if the idea come up, guys, then your journey start. So I would like you guys, you start your journey from this particular idea. Okay, and if you start working on it, maybe you will take your idea to the very next level. You work really hard, make your project or the product in very different level. Or maybe, guys, if it has been completed completely with all the requirement what technological guys require in the company. So guys, maybe your idea project can be bought by some company, or you can provide as support or a product for those company, right? So it is all about all depend upon how much effort or time you are spending. Okay, but for giving the path, giving the energy, giving the enthusiasm, giving the motivation, I am here for you to give you each and every approach, what approach you can use for this technology, right? Okay. So guys, this is the initial project we are working on, but we can take this project, don't think, guys, this is just a training program. My plan is, guys, to take you guys to the very different level. And guys, I can give you the guarantee. And there's one more announcement from my side. Yesterday I did one great announcement for you. Right, whenever the COVID, this lockdown situation over, and when world start working, we'll select some of your students who really work hard, and guys, will sponsor you guys to some international summit where you have got a chance to meet with the creator or the researcher of the technology. That announcement I already did. One more announcement we have. Okay, I'm going to give you lots of idea in this in this particular journey of Python, this expertise program. Okay, a lot of ideas I am going to give you, and maybe a lot of ideas I will I will give you the way that a lot of ideas you guys can also been generate in this training, right? And those idea, if is very realistic, the example, this is one of the idea might be very realistic. Okay, and if you guys really work hard and take this idea to the next level, so I can give you a guarantee that that I will I will personally work with these teams or these students and take this idea to the next level. Or maybe some of the idea might require some investors. I can provide you the investors. So maybe this idea requires some links, approach, or some other further connections or connectivity. I can provide you all the support, right? So don't think, guys, this training is going online or on the YouTube. So it is just like a webinar, right? So your data is with us, you have connected with us, you have registered with us. It doesn't matter it is free or it doesn't, this program is not free. Okay. The intention behind this training is to be ready for the future and launch as much as new idea and new projects we can launch, right? So this one more announcement, guys, I just want to do today. Anybody individual here or anybody want to work in a team, Okay, you guys are now, everybody who is registered with us, they are the part of WhatsApp, right? And those who are not the part of WhatsApp groups, it means we think you guys are not registered. But if you think you are registered but it's not a part, you are not the part of WhatsApp, but I think in today's YouTube link you will find some link where you can again re-register, or you can contact to some of a team member. They will help you to make you the part of WhatsApp, right? So, and this WhatsApp group we have created so that any kind of management issues you have, you can coordinate with our team or WhatsApp head. They will definitely help you any kind of management queries, right? Okay, so what can you do, guys? If you really think as an individual you can take this project to the next level, most welcome. But I believe, guys, if you have a great plan or a great future goal, if you have, I suggest I suggest you can create a team, right? So in the WhatsApp, guys, there's lots of same kind of mind is there. So ask them, anybody who work with you in some project, and make a team, right? Maximum team, guys, we normally allow is maximum 4 students or 4 candidate or 4 learner. Okay, so you can get a team of 2 guys or 3 guys or 4 guys, depend, guys, and start working together, or start learning together, or start working on some of the idea. Even though training is just we started, maybe you guys doesn't know a lot of thing about the Python, but obviously start working on the team because maybe if you think you have your team, so you can work on some real projects, or you can come up with the new ideas in this particular journey, right? So I highly recommend, guys, start working on creating a team. But if you just want to learn Python, that's all. If that is your plan, okay, that doesn't matter. We don't need any team. Okay, work and listen my video every weekend and enhance your skill. That would be your choice. But guys, I can give you again assurance on the guarantee. Okay, the the platform that I created, and we have created in IIAC. Okay, and the way we wanted to take you guys to the next level, very rarely you find this kind of platform. So utilize as much as facilities we are giving to you. Learning can be done maybe anywhere, but giving this kind of supports, connecting to the real world, working on some different idea plus right education, rarely you guys get it, right? So utilize this facilities and the feature and benefit whatever we are giving to you, right? Okay, so that's all, guys, for the one more announcement for today. Okay, let's continue, guys, with the next part. So guys, initial plan, guys, for the project, we would like to build a system that system will listen to us. Means technically, with the use of Python as a language, we are going to create a software. Okay, and you guys know what is software. It is like one kind of program file. So we are going to create a program file. In the program file, we will write a code in Python language, and when we run this program file or the code, okay, I want my code will interact with me rather than I keep on typing the way we did yesterday and ask this program will ask me what I want. For example, if I open my program that we have created yesterday, okay, so I created, guys, my program in this particular folder in my desktop. Okay, IIAC Python code, and guys, this program we have created yesterday, and when I run this program, right, either by double click or by running with this kind of way. So if I run this program here, so what you will see, guys, this program yesterday we have done, and I highly recommend anybody who missed the yesterday class, a lot of basic code we have discussed, and this basic code we require today to go to the next level, right? So I highly recommend go to that particular lecture, though whatever we have discussed yesterday, so you will understand the further classes that we'll be discussing afterwards, right? Okay, so when I when I run this program, so this program is very much straightforward. Let me run this program again one more time after clearing my screen. So when I run this program is asking you, it's called prompting you, and they are asking, hey, I am your program. I will do something for you. I print one menu for you, what you would like to do. For example, I would like to launch the media player. Just press 3. Just press 3, and after I press 3, it will launch the media player. So any non-technical guys who don't know Python, who don't know anything about, for those are my customer, those are my client, and for them I create this program. Anybody can type 3 enter, and the media player open. So very basic program we have created. But guys, my plan is not to use this kind of program, because this program is not so much like a user friendly program, right? What I would like to do, first of all, the thing I would like to do, rather than, because the human being don't do in this way. For example, if you think as a human being, okay, and if I ask you, hey, can you please tell me what you want, you know, you never said one, or you never said two. As a human being, we always create one phrase, or always we create one statement in our language, let's say English language, right? So normally we say, can you please open media player for me, or can you please launch web browser for me. This is the way we demand, or we take the or give the request, right? Okay, but right now this program is not so much intuitive. They ask you what you want, even though working good, but they ask you and click the launch. But I don't want this. What I want today, what I don't want finally, actually, finally, when I run this program, this program will speak. Okay, and you guys know how to speak, and say, can you please tell me your requirement? And rather than I type to, I speak, and my mic listen to me, and I speak, can you please launch a notepad? My system understand what I'm talking about, and they'll launch the notepad for me. That is my end goal for this particular program, right? But it take 1 or 2 more classes to reach to this end goal. But before this, I can do some changes here. Okay, at least rather than I put 2 or 1 or 3 some number here, at least rather than I give this kind of input, as try to communicate with this program some English thing. For example, if you want to launch the notebook, I can say, can you please run notepad program for me? It look little bit human kind of, right? Because we don't like Greek terms, so we don't like numbers normally. We are so much comfortable in our language, whatever language you guys know or we know. Okay, so what I want, guys, today, I want my program is converted in such a way, when I write some sentence here or some statement here, my program understood, and whatever I write here, okay, they understand I'm looking for to launch a notepad. And when I hit enter, they launch the notepad for me. Here obviously it won't work. They will fail. But my today's goal, guys, is to convert my program in such a way so they at least understand what I write over here. Okay, that's what one of my plan for today. Okay, but after my program start understanding my sentence here, what I write. So in upcoming class, what we will do, we will convert this line, and rather than we type, we will speak from the mic. That will be the plan from next week. Okay, so I think high level, guys, you got the idea. So I would like to convert this program, the program that we created yesterday, rather than give the number, just convert this program so they understand. For example, if I write, please launch, my spelling might be wrong, launch text editor, something like this. So when I type this, they understand and they launch the notepad for me. That is, guys, one of the plan. And guys, I told you yesterday that the way I'm giving you the training, it is like a real use case basis. So this is my requirement. This is my requirement. And requirement is called use case. Okay. So first we understand the use case, what is my requirement, and for solving this use case and for having for solve this particular requirement, we first learn the basics, whatever we require for this use case. So 2 things will, guys, happen in the parallel. Okay, one, we learn the basics also of the Python plus the programming language, and those basics after we learn, we'll implement here to solve or to fulfill this requirement, right? So 2 things, guys, will be happen in parallel. So let's, guys, start from here. So maybe after 1 hour, you will see, right, same program I will going to launch, and here instead we type 1, we will type, can you open please browser for me, something like this, and it will work for me. Okay. So after 1 hour, but before this, you have to know lots of basics. And for understanding the basic, guys, I am going to launch one of my ID that I introduced yesterday, and the ID that I'm going to use is Jupyter. Okay, so Jupyter Notebook is like a page where we write a code. So Jupyter Notebook I am launching here. Okay, why Jupyter Notebook? Yesterday we discussed. It makes simple, right? So very easily we can write the code, save the code, plus run the code. And guys, one more thing I'm doing here. one more, guys. So one more thing, guys, I'm doing here. Okay, maybe guys, my screen was paused for a minute maybe. But you will see this program I write. Yesterday we introduced the Jupyter notebook, okay, and it will launch for you. But one more very small thing to notice, right? If you run the Jupyter notebook from this folder, right now I am into this folder. Okay, so when you launch the Jupyter notebook, you will be landed to the same folder. This program file we have created, right? So nothing special, but yeah, it's good to know. So if you want to work in this folder, because I told you guys this would be our workspace, all the code in the future. Because in this training, guys, we are going to write lots and lots of code. And guys, one more thing I just want to tell you before I go ahead. I would like to tell you, a lot of guys normally, I don't know why, a lot of guys have a fear of code or writing the code. So they don't like programming. They don't like to make their career in the programming, right? Even though there's a lot of domain available, without the programming also you can make your career in cloud, on big data, or maybe other technological world. But guys, finally guys, if you don't have the programming skill, you stuck, right? After some year you stuck in some field. Right? You won't able to grow in that particular field. Okay, but again, I can give you a surety, because I have this is a very common feedback I got from hundreds of and thousands of students. Right, the way and the approach that I normally use in my programming class, right? They start loving programming. They start loving coding, and they say the complete set of mind has been changed, and the approach has been changed, and now they do almost everything from the programming, right? So anybody guys who have a programming fear, don't worry guys, because programming is like a language and everyone know how to speak, right? We know English, we know other languages also. Okay, so don't worry. In some days, multiple different kind of approach we are going to use, and you start loving the program syntax skills and their particular vocabulary also. Okay, so don't worry about any fear of the programming, right? So first of all guys, so right now what I'm going to do, this program we already discussed yesterday. So I'm going to launch one notebook. Notebook means where we will write our code. Okay, because we are opening my notebook. Okay, I don't know in my system yesterday also failed, because right now this is failing. So I'll do Control C. When you do Control C, it will terminate this notebook. Okay, 1 minute. So it will terminate your notebook. So if you want to terminate the notebook, you can press Control plus C. It will terminate the notebook. So go to that black terminal and if you run Control C, it will terminate. Okay. So okay, let me run one more time the Jupyter notebook. Okay. And again, it has been launched. I don't know why they won't show you there. Okay. So guys, we will do our further programming here. Okay. Okay, hold for a second. Okay, so it's good practice guys. Let's give some name. Let's say it's basic. Okay, just rename it, or whatever you guys use, save as a name. Just save here, save as a name. It will be updated here, same name. Okay. Okay, so let me start with the programming. So before guys, so before I go for that particular project, you guys know the plan. Our plan is when we run that particular program. Okay, I don't want I don't want they ask a or 1 or 2 or 3. They ask me input, and I will type then the input when they prompt me the way we talk, right? So but for this you should know some basics of the Python. And the first basic guys I'm going to explain you the Python is string. A string. Okay, so guys, in the Python again we have lots of data types. What is data type? In the first class I have discussed with you. Okay, so if you store anything between the double quote or in the single quote, they are known as string. Okay, this is one of the data type, and we have tons of data type. As and when we require, we will discuss about further data type, maybe dictionary or maybe tuple, maybe maybe bytes or byte array, So as and when we require, we will keep on discussing about the data type, right? Okay, so if you want to create a variable that has some data, okay, let's say this is IIEC path, for example. Okay, so anything that you write between the double quote is a string. You know, guys, we discussed this part. Even though you can print it, even though you can find the type, basic thing we know, right? In the first day also we discussed. But why I'm discussing again to you, because because guys, in the Python, right, in the Python, when you when you create a string, it is a string, but according to Python, a string is internally as a sequence. What I mean by sequence here? Okay, so according to Python, a string is a sequence of the characters. means according to Python, T is independent character, H is independent character, I is independent character, or S is independent, space is also independent. So these are the sequence of the characters, and sequence of character become the string. Or you can think a string is like a word, become a word. Okay, so it because in the Python, every character is independent, right? Independent. So they give every character a position, internal position. So first character they give a position number 0, second character they give position number 1, third character they give the position number 2. It is exactly like the list. So in the second day we have discovered the list in this training. It is something like a list or something like an array if you know any other languages. Or because they treat these guys as a sequence of the character, or also known as sequence. So what can we do? All the operation whatever we have done on the list, we can apply here. For example, I can say, can you please tell me what you have in the second position? Means 0, 1, 2. Obviously they will print I. They say I have I here. Or what you have in the position number 0, they will say is T here. Like this same syntax we also use in the second day of this training in the list. And all the concept whatever guys you apply on the list, we can apply here. Even though I can give the range also here. For example, guys, one more small shortcut I would like to tell you about the Jupyter. Right, if your mouse is here in this box called cell, and if you press shift enter, it is shortcut, it will run and it go to next cell. But if your mouse if your cursor is here, and if you want to run this cell and want to launch one more new cell here, then we have a shortcut called alt enter. So if you press alt enter, it is one shortcut of the Jupyter. Some of the shortcut we already discussed yesterday. So if you press alt plus enter, it will run that particular cell. They will run that particular statement of the code in this box called cell, and they also launch one more cell for you. Okay, sometimes we might use this thing, otherwise you can manually go and write and create something new. Okay, so X is a list. I can give the range also the way we do in the list. So I can say start from 2 and end till 8. And guy, I told you in a list the last number exclude, so from 2 to 7 they will print for you. Okay, so they start from I, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is exclude. Or maybe I can give the range till, let's say, 12. So they start from 2 and end till here. Okay, and guys, that is the reason, guys, this colon is known as slicing operator, because this is the one sequence, and this sequence we are slicing. We are slice this sequence. Okay, so same operation, guys, whatever you write in the list class that we have discussed, same operation we also we can apply here. Okay, this is one small thing. One more thing, guys, I would like to tell you here is, again, obviously you can apply this operation also 0 to 12, or maybe I would like to start from 5 and till last. So all those guys, the concepts that I explain you can apply here. Okay, one more thing I would like to tell you guys about this slicing operator. Okay, about the slicing operator is, for example, let me create one list here. Okay, list, you guys know how to create the list. So with the square bracket, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, it's 10. Okay, this is a list we have created. And you want to print all complete list, it is printed. Or you can give the range, let's say start from 2 and end till 6. This is a range we can give. Okay, but understand why one more concept, guys. A lot of guys who know Python, very basic thing, but I've seen lots of guys at the basic level they doesn't know this concept. Okay, but very basic concept. Sometimes we might require. Okay, so what is the guys meaning of this 2 to 6? You guys know. Okay, 2 means start from 2. This is the 0%, second person, and third. So to start from 2 and till 6 means the 6 is exclude till 5. So from here till here they print. Okay, that's what you can do. But one more interesting thing, guys, about this range is, okay, range is they start from position number 2. They start from here, and this called starting point. Start at the and here this called end point. Okay, and this and here because we give this range. But guys, when they start, after they start, they pick this value, print, then they go to next. Pick this value, print, then they go next. Pick this value, then they print here. Okay, and then they go next. And then going to next is called jump. And guys, by default, they jump by one position. This is the by default nature. And I told you yesterday, guys, when I say by default, it means we can change also. So by default nature of the slice operator, this colon, it jump by one. Jump by one. Okay, it means we can change it. How? I'll tell you. But let me let me change this bar. Let me print from 2 to 8. So they start from here until 8. They print it. Okay, but by default, guys, here they start from 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. They print here. Okay, and they print with the jump of 1. Why? Because by default, if you write or if you don't write, they have colon 1 here. This colon 1 means they are this last number is called jump. How much position you have to jump in this range. So this range and this is jump. So same output come up. But we can change the jump. For example, I would like to jump 3 positions at a time. So start from 2, then they jump for 3 position, then they jump to 3 position. So final output will come like this. Or let me print to from 2 jump. So start from here, then next jump is here, the next jump is here, next jump is here, because my next jump range I given is 8, so they won't go beyond 8. This 8 doesn't mean this 8. 8 means the position 8. Okay, so you can also give this jump also, guys. Sometime we can do. And all the concepts whatever we have learned here in the list, exactly same concept we can apply in the string. Okay, because string list is also like a sequence of the typically these are known as items. So list is also the sequence of the item. Similarly, a string is also a sequence of the characters or maybe you can say the item. So same thing we can do here. For example, in the list, in the string, let's say I would like to start from 1 till 10%. Okay, so from 1 till 10% they print for you. But by default, guys, they're jumping by 1 and 1 and 1%. Okay, they're jumping like this. But if you want to jump 2 positions together, 3 positions together, you can use colon 2, colon 3, colon 4. So they start from 1, then they jump here, then they jump here, then they jump here. Okay, or maybe I can write 4, they jump here. Okay, so it's not a word actually. They start from here, then 4th position, then 4th position, they print for you. So same jump you can apply here. Okay, so if you understand this concept, I just want to give you one small task. Maybe you can try afterwards. Don't try right now. You have to create this number in such a way. For example, x is a is a one variable. They give this string. Okay, so you have to use this slash operator and the concept of jump in such a way, okay, that whatever I write here, it will reverse my string. Even though there might be some function available in the market to reverse the string. Reverse means I would like to print h first, then t, then a, then p, then space. It is a reverse I want. So just try to don't do right now, but take this as a very small homework. Okay, so you have to write number in such a way, these number only, don't use any function, because working with the function would be very easy. Okay, just try to trick this number and set this number in such a way it will reverse this string. This is one very small homework from my side, just try it. Okay, one more small thing I would like to tell you about the about the string is the same concept is there whatever we discuss on the list. First number is 0 and last number also they have the number -1, -2. So if you want to print the last number, it's -2. Or you can give the range start from -3 to -1. So -3 they start till -1. Last number exclude. Or if you want to print whole last, -3 to 0 there is no meaning. Obviously, -3 to last. Okay, so again that is exactly same concept. Whatever we have learned in the list, we can do it. But there's one more interesting concept, guys, in the string. Very interesting, right? Very limited language support this, but this is there, right? So what is the concept? And this concept, guys, we are going to use in our program, this particular program. Okay, so guys, please try to understand this concept. Very simple, but very interesting to know. Okay, so x is, guys, is a variable, and guys, as a human being, because we know English, so as a human being, if I ask you, does this string contain a word called path? Is there? Obviously you say yes, it is there. Okay, and you know what you say? You say yes, or you say true, yes, it is there. But if I ask you, does this string contain one word called IAEC? You say yes, is there. Or as I say, does this string contain a word called Linux? You say no, it is not there. So the way we ask, right? Python also try to create a language, Python language in such a way that they try to simulate the way human beings speak. So we can also ask this guy, can you please tell me, X, do you have means do you have in you, do you have a word called path or a pattern called path? This is a way, you know, we speak. So we'll say, does in you, in X, in you, does this part is there? This particular word is there? This is the way we speak. And guys, this is the right statement in the Python. And you know, as a human being, we say yes, we have. So here they say yes, true, they have. And if I ask them, does you have a one word called Linux inside X? Obviously there is no word. They say no, we don't have. It's false, we don't have. Okay, so here in is one of the operator in the Python. Especially we use this operator, especially we can use in other way also, but especially we use this operator on the top of the string. So they will go inside the string, and whatever we are asking, they will find for you. But I can say we can use in as operator on any sequence. Okay, string is one of the sequence, but you can also use in the list also. For example, we have a list of my database, and where we have some name. Let's say name is Vimal, and let's say name is Pop. Let's say we have a name called Linux, and we have name called World. By chance, right now we are into the IIAC community, but I have my own company also named Linux World, again owned by me. Okay, so we have Linux World also here. Okay, this is a normal basic list. But if you ask, this is the one item, second item, third item, fourth item. So again, the sequence of the items we have. But if you ask, does in this DB as a sequence of the items, do you have Vimal as a item? Do you have? They say yes, we have. So anywhere, normally wherever you see a sequence of multiple items or multiple characters, you can use in edge operator. A lot of guys, a lot of time is so much useful to use in some program. Why so useful? I will explain you in a minute. Okay, let me take one more example here. X is by one of my string. Okay, so what I like to check from my string, I want to check two words, one IAC also, one path also. Or let me change to one more string I would like to take. Say for example, I write our vision or mission of IEC is for a right path or right education. Maybe my language grammar might not accurate, but this is one of the string we have. And what I'm looking for, guys, in this particular string, right, what I'm looking for, right, I'm looking for two words. One is mission and one is right. If both the word is available, I want these guys to say yes, it is there. Right? If one of the word is missing, they will say no, what two word you're looking from this particular string, but it is not there. So how I can say this? I ask first this guy, does you have this word missing in this y? Obviously we have. This is true. If I ask, do you have a word called right? Also this is true. Okay, but if I ask, does in this string you have both the word? Okay, so what I'm looking for, I'm looking for right also, or I'm looking for IIAC also in y. So I have to type 2 times. So in this one statement, this search for a right also in y, and this search for IA is also in y. And what I want, guys, this will say true, this will say true. And because, guys, you might know, if both the statements and if both the statement is true, then I would like to finally want true. Okay, means you are also right, you are also right, the final answer is what, right? So you can use one operator in between called AND operator. And it's true. But if I ask, does in y we have a word called right, this will say true. But in this in this statement, does we have a word called world? So this statement will say true. This will say no, the word is not there. This will say false. If one say true, one say false. So and operator say if one of the guys is wrong, so I will say what I'm looking for is false. So guys, it's called AND operator. Okay, so normally, guys, in any other language you normally use AND, but this is the simple way to use here. Okay, but maybe, guys, you might have a requirement. You are looking for word either this statement contain right or word, whatever they have, I am okay for this. So instead of the AND, you can use OR operator. So in the OR, if this is true and this is false, my final answer is true. And this is also true and this is also true, final answer is true. But if both are wrong, for example, I'm looking for a word called Linux. So in y as a variable, I don't have the Linux, and y in the variable, I don't have word. This is also false, this is also false. So this OR will give me a false. They say false. Okay, so this is very common two operator we use a lot in the programming world. Maybe almost everybody might know, but a very simple way. If one statement give you true in a boolean and the other also give you true in the boolean, and if you use one operator called AND in between, then final answer is true. But any of the one is false, any one, so final answer would be false. But OR is little bit different. If one of the guys is true, any one of the true, or other might be false, then final answer is true if you use OR. Okay, but both the guys is false, the final answer is false. So in some some conditions we have to use. Okay, where to use? In the 5 minutes, I'm going to use in some real program. You understand where I want these guys to be used, right? So this is one thing, right? So one more thing, guys, because normally in the programming, this is what, for example, this is what, this is called one statement. Okay, and guys, whenever a statement give you output in true or false, I told you yesterday is boolean. Okay, and in one statement, if you write two statement together, this is also a statement, this is also a statement, and both the statement is true or false, we can use some operator like AND or OR. But sometimes this this line look little bit sometime not properly readable. So if you want it to be readable, so put this guy into box. So you start the box here, close the box here. So it look like it's a one statement. And we can again do the same thing here. Start the box and close the box. So again, it is like a one statement. Okay, now output will be same, but it look a little bit more clear. And this box by chance known as your parenthesis. Okay, so create one parenthesis here, or create one parenthesis here. And like this, we can create a more and or multiple combination we can do, depend what finally we need. Okay, I'm going to use this concept in a minute somewhere, but you can write this. Okay, so this will you can also use here. Now this much, guys, logic is enough. Otherwise, guys, in the string you can do lots of operations, right? Okay, for example, if you want to see if you want to see all the operation that you can apply on the string, for example, y is one string. Okay, so you can write dot, right, and press tab. It will give you all the operation whatever you apply on the string. Okay, so we will see, guys, lots of operation in upcoming class whenever what we need. Okay, when one of the simple operation, for example, here that we can use for y is what is a string, right? So I can ask y and press dot, press double tap 2 times. Okay, it will tell you it will tell you, for example, can you please do one thing? Can you please uppercase everything? Uppercase. Okay, so this is a string. If you see, is a lowercase. If I run this, let's see what happened. Okay, nothing happened, and they print you your statement is right, but upper is not normal variable, something like this. Okay, it is a function. Or because it is a function we always run or call by this way. Now if you run, you can see your complete statement would be uppercase. Okay, but what is function, guys, exactly? We will upcoming class we will discuss. Okay, we are going to create a function from very scratch. That time you come to know a function, and when we go for more advanced of the ops concepts and object oriented, you might see this typically known as method. But method function little bit look like same. Okay, but we'll discuss in the upcoming class, don't worry. Okay, but what I'm trying to tell you guys here is in the string, again, lots of things we can do. Y is one of the string I have. Whatever you can do, you just press double tap and it will give you the output. What can you do? Okay, but maybe, guys, in upcoming class we will talk about, maybe you're looking for R index or partition or ls strip or joins. Don't worry. In the upcoming class, whenever the concept required, so rather than I invest one complete day on the string and it doesn't look like any logical, it will again the pure wastage of your and my time. Right, I believe whenever we look for some concept, that time just go and come here and understand this concept. For example, right now I explain you a lot of concept about the string. Why I explain this and why I explain this? Because these are the concepts I have to use in my program. I have to use in my main program. Okay, and because you know the concept and you know the requirement of a main program, now we can club together this concept with the requirement, and you can see one new kind of program is being built. Okay, so now I believe you guys got these basic concepts of the string. Let's, guys, apply this concept in our real program. So, guys, this is the code we have we have created yesterday. This is the code we have created. Okay, let me show you very quickly. So this code we have created, and in this code we create this kind of menu. This kind of menu, and in this menu, guys, they will ask me press 1, press 2, press 3, what you would like to do. Right now, today, guys, I don't need this. I don't want they ask me for press 1, press 2, because this kind of menu is not good at all, right? Because if I press 1, it will go here and check the condition. Hey, if it's 1, launch the Chrome. Hey, it is 3, launch the window media player. This part, guys, we have done yesterday. But this is the menu based system is very much typical outdated kind of system. Sometimes you might have to use, but it's a very outdated system. So what I would like to do, I don't want to use this system because this system or this kind of program or software will give me this feeling. What do you want to do? So it look like it look like we are not a human, we are a robot, and they're asking me what do you want to do. I say 3, they launch the media player. I don't want this. So I would like to change this outdated program and to make it this little bit more human being or real user friendly kind of program, right? So what I'm going to do here for doing this, first of all, I would like to copy this particular program. So let me open this program. So this copy we have with us. So let me copy the entire code, copy, paste, or let me save this file in the new file. So let's say my software, or let me give the new name. Okay, it doesn't matter, guys. I just give any name, human program. Okay, .py, and you'd want to store this program in the py extension only. You don't want to use .txt as extension. Put in the double quotes and save. So one more program we have created. Now what I want, guys, from this particular program, I don't want to use the press 1 or 2 or 3. So what I want finally, one more time I just want to tell you, so you get the sense and the feel. So I want, when I run this human program .py, I would have to type something like this, the way we type. If you ask your program to launch the media player, how you say, can you please run can you please run media player for me, right? So you type this kind of statement, and typically in the programming world, this statement is called string. So for a while, guys, let me first copy this string copy this string and let me put in the Jupyter. So this kind of string we guys put over here. Let's say let me put in my p variable. This kind of string my user will print. But in this string, the mean word or the vocabulary is through which my program should find something. So main vocabulary is run or media or maybe player. Okay, so maybe guys, everybody can write their own grammar or own statement. For example, somebody might write please run media or please run player. Somebody write in this way, or somebody write also in this way, please launch or launch media or run or launch media player for me. So everybody will type in the different way. But most guys, after we understood the mainly what kind of statement human being write and what is a common word they use. So let's say whatever the grammar they use, the common word they use a lot is a run or the player. These two words they always use. Or because they use these two words always, let's say, just for example. So what can we do? We can say here, now we can use some condition. What we write, we say whenever any human being give this statement as input, as input, and whenever you find these two words anywhere, maybe run or player, these two words, it means they might looking for a media player. They might looking for to launch the media player. But how you come to know? Because you are the Python program, you don't know English, right? How you come to know, right, that they are looking for a media player? So you are Python, you don't know English, but at least you know how to create a conditions. So what can you do? I am telling you, just do one thing. Just search for run as a word in P. Do you have in P variable run? Answer yes. Plus also search one more word here that has a player in P. The player also there in the P. And guys, again, because these guys are asking for player run, right? They are not asking for run the notepad. Maybe somebody also asked me to run notepad. Okay, so maybe in every statement or every input they give you, every time they might use run, but the requirement may be or action may be Chrome or notepad or media player. Okay, so what I'm looking for just look in this statement, does they have run? Yes. Does they also have player? Yes. If both is there, only both is there, then say true. And if you are looking for both is true, then you have to use and keyword. And here, or maybe you can add one more. Does they guys also have a media in P? Again write and. If all three word is there, then only give me true. Otherwise don't give me. So this is one condition we get. Or maybe to look at a little bit more sweet in the terms of look and feel or readability, you can also put every conditions or statement in these boxes. Now now it is look like pretty proper. So it is look like this. We are looking for this two word in the P as a string. And whenever this statement is three word is available, then only I can say true, otherwise it's false. For example, somebody, if they type here, can you please run? Again, my program, nobody can, even though as a human being also we know not able to tell what exactly you're looking for. But the same thing guys, if I ask my Python, let me store this guy into P variable, this statement. And if I run this part, it fails. Because here they only say run, but I don't know what they want to run. So if I ask, do you want to run a media player, they say no because they are not so much clear. But here, if you can write media player, media player, can you please run? Maybe everybody can write HTML in any form. So either they write in this way, either they write in this way, they will say true. Right? So any of the way you can use. Okay, and I told you guys, when you create this variable, and when you create it one more time, it will replace. So don't be confused with, even though you can comment also if you are confused here. Okay, so my point is, guys, what your tool is doing for you, and if you want your tool will, rather than ask 0 1 2 3 as a menu, okay, ask your users or customer type as a normal English statement, and by understanding your customer, obviously it is not like a one day game. After you analyze your customer, normally what kind of statement they type, try to find some words, try to find some vocabularies, and create this kind of condition. Right? So create this condition. Now what can I do? Let me copy this condition here, okay, and let me add here. So rather than I ask one, instead I ask one, I will because you guys know if, right? You know if. Whatever you write in the front of if need true or false. And guys, this statement is also giving true or false. So this statement is well suited for the if. Okay, so I copy this code, replace this guy because I don't need 0 or 1. Okay, even though let me copy over here because it's for media player. Here. Okay, and same thing you can do for Chrome also. So somebody asks, can you launch or run run Chrome browser for me? So here maybe they are looking for Chrome. Okay, and obviously in the Chrome browser they never ask you the media, so I don't need this. So anyway, anybody who write can you run or launch a Chrome, run Chrome for me, they will launch for this. And anybody who run, okay, who ask, can you launch Notepad for me, they will they will launch this. They will launch this. So if you see, guys, same code, nothing is changed. Okay, and just to give a proper look and feel, you can ask this program, enter your requirement, or enter your requirement, what you want, or chat with me chat with me with your requirement, or whatever language you want to put. You can write here. Okay, so this print will print for you. Then input will take the input in the p variable. This two line is comment. Okay, but this p variable will find, and whatever input you write, if this input contain run anywhere, Chrome anywhere, if these two conditions match and says and it's true, then launch the Chrome. Other they go to other statement, and nothing is matched, they will say I don't support this. I don't know what exactly you're talking about. Guys, so it's so simple. I'm not saying it is optimized, because obviously this is the second, third day or fourth day of training, but slowly guys, when you learn more concepts, this program become more and more very much optimized, more clear, or work properly for us. Maybe this program has a lot of bugs or loopholes, but obviously because we are learning, my main intention is not to create a project in the fourth day. It is a process, right? So we are into the process, but now at least something we new achieve, right? Some new thing we have achieved here. Now if I run this program, now this program will be a little bit more interesting, even though we don't have to type this because we don't need this. Okay, even though let me close this program, and I don't need this kind of statement now. Let me delete everything. Okay, chat with me with your requirement directly. I ask them, or maybe if you want they speak also for you, they will speak for you. So welcome to my tool. Chat with your requirement. Okay, now this program may be a little bit more clear. So when I run this, so maybe you guys you able to listen the voice, I don't know. Okay, but they ask you, chat with me with your requirement, and here I can say, can you please run VLC player for me, And guys, according to my code or the way I write the code, I don't have so much conditions here, or I don't also have VLC player. According to my code, they will say, no, I don't support this. I don't have VLC. I don't support this because I don't have, even though I don't write in my code also. So there is no VLC code. Okay, but yeah, if I say in this way, if I so maybe again my string is, I have a lot of shortcut guys here in my laptop, so so sometime my string stop sharing, right? But you won't miss anything. My voice is there. Okay, so when I run this statement, they say no, I don't have a VLC player, so it said don't support, right? But if I ask, can you run Chrome browser for me? You guys, this is the way we human talk, right? And that's what we want today's guys. First of all guys, this training is not at all about AI, artificial intelligence, okay, or the machine learning. I told you multiple times, this training is not about the AI or the machine learning or the deep learning. Okay, but this training is more about internals of the Python, internals of the data science. So if you have the core clear understanding, you can create your own library. But but today guys, everybody's moved to the AI, and we in AI means whatever intelligence human being have, the natural intelligence provided by the God to the human mind, same intelligence I also want our OS also have, system also have, program also have. That's called artificial. Okay, and this is one of the example you can think, very simple example, but you can think. So I want my system rather than understand 0 1 2 3. Okay, they understand this kind of statement. And now this is the way we talk to each other, and this is the way I'm talking to my Python program. And you know, my program understand what they do. When I click here, you can see it's launched the browser, working good, right? Let me run one more time. One more time. I say could you please please run Notepad for us. You know, depend how you create the statement. But guys, by understanding I'm the customer here, I write a multiple statement, and the programmer of this program collect this statement from multiple customer and understand. Most of the time customer while launching the Notepad, they somewhere use the run as a word, or somewhere they use Notepad as a word, right? And that's two word we have collected and create our conditions here. Okay, so if I click here, and you can see Notepad launch. So this is the way it has been created. So it is not pure AI. I don't say it is AI. Lots of things we can add. A lot of drawback also we have. For example, one of the drawback is in this program, when I say run for me text editor. So guys, Notepad is also text editor, but this time they say I don't support, because my program is not so much up to date. Okay, even though we have to write one more condition, if somebody type Notepad or somebody type text editor, right, or maybe editor, then launch the Notepad. Okay, but here guys, in this case, run is there. Run should be there. But either they type Notepad or either they type editor. So guys, when this concept come up, either this, then the role of or come in play. Okay, so so again, let me go to Jupyter. So what I want guys, run should be there everywhere, but either they type Notepad, or here I can use, or they type editor. So this I always want, but between two this, any of the thing is true. So I'm comparing this with this, so you can put this thing in the one box. Okay, so if this is true and this entire statement is true, then and will say true. It means I fixed that I want a run always. When I fix either Notepad or editor, anything will go okay. They're false because this statement doesn't have this one. But if I type here, can you run editor for me. That's it too. Either I type editor or the notepad board will work. But if I instead of use run, I normally sometimes we use execute. Okay, execute editor for me. again it failed. Again failed. Guys, can you hold for a second please? One second please. So this thing, guys, I think, guys, for 5 minutes my screen was invisible, means was in paused mode. We did some shortcut here. So you might miss something, but don't worry, guys, I'll repeat the same concept again. Don't worry, guys. So very quickly, if I repeat what actually I'm talking about. So my intention, guys, here is if I run this program, I don't want they will ask me, even though if I show my program again to you, I don't want. Let me first comment this line: speak will waste our time. So what I want, guys, I want okay, they will ask me, chat with me with your requirement. This is the guys, they ask me. Okay, and what are the ask, I will give the input. And in the input, guys, I would like to give something like this. I would like to give something like this. Okay, so I would like to say, can you please run editor for me? That's what I want. And when I type, they understand from my word. And after we, guys, after we we collect almost all the vocabulary from a customer. For example, you are creating this program for a customer. After collect this vocabulary from the customer, and we know customer most of the time always use run, or sometimes they use editor, or sometimes they might use notepad. So whatever the customer write here as a run or the notepad, if I hit enter, they understand, they launch the notepad for me. How this work, right? So what I did, guys, rather than I can because my system doesn't understand language, because system understand only binary, means 0 and 1. But as a human being, we understand the some language of whatever language you know. Maybe English you guys know. Okay. So what we did here, okay, we know in this statement, can you please, not important for me. For me is again not important for me, but run is the main where somebody asking me to do some action. Okay, do something for us. What to do something? Launch the notepad. So I write one condition in the Python. If this statement contain run and notepad both. If this statement contain run and notepad, for example, I write here in P and variable, if run is there plus plus notepad is also there. Okay, 1 minute. Notepad is also there in P. If this is also there and this is all there, and if both is there, then only it's called AND. Give me true. Okay, otherwise don't give me true. For example, if I write here, can you please, let me check my. So can you please run notepad for me, as to on the P. And now if I check this statement, you can say it's come true, but I'm looking for a run also or notepad also. So this is one statement, and this statement, because giving a true or false, I can apply in my code. I can apply here. Somebody say run or notepad. If both is true, because I use AND, then only launch the notepad. That's what, guys, I explained you guys when my screen was in post. Okay, or I was in unsharing mode. But what I want to tell you here, it's not always everybody type, okay, can you please run notepad. Maybe somebody might type, can you run editor for me. Sometimes we use a word editor instead of notepad. Right now they say it doesn't support. Even though I have the editor with me, I have the notepad with me. So you have to understand normally how person speak, because in the future I will attach to my mic system, right? Rather than I type here, I will speak in the future, but for the you require at least to enable this program with these concepts. Okay, but you should understand your requirement, who your customer is, right? What normally what kind of statement they normally write, and what kind of word they use. So I know, because my technical guys who use this program, maybe they might use notepad, or they might use editor, or maybe some more 2 or 3 words they use. So I can write here, okay, either notepad come up or either editor come up. Any of one come up, I write here. So either notepad come up or editor come up. Any one if come up, I say true, or if this is true or this is true, or say is true. So the complete output of this box is called true. Okay, so if this is true and also run is also come up true. So and say, because this is true, I say true. So if I run this code, true come. So in this case, guys, anybody type this statement, either notepad or the editor, both is cool. But if instead of the run, if somebody type execute, because somebody also say, can you please execute editor for me? Okay, in this case, it will say false. Why? Because editor is there, so this part is true, but there is no run, so this is false. And false and true and become false. So you have to understand what customers say. So maybe your customer normally, sometimes they use execute, sometimes they use run. So you can write one more statement here. So if they type execute also, that would be okay. If they type execute also in this P as a string, again put in the box. Okay, so either they type this or they type this. Only one they type, right? Means or. But in this example, okay, if this complete box is true and this complete box is true, then only true. Okay, so you can put here. So maybe guys, it's not complex, but it is like multiple conditions we have, right? If you don't understand this part, not so much complex. If you try your own code, you will be very much comfortable, or maybe you can come back to this screen again and again see how I constructed. Okay, but I'm trying to give you actual essence how the program internally been created, and on the top of this, guys, slowly we as a human being, we have created some artificial intelligence system, right? But right in this case is true. So finally, guys, this is the one box here. This box start from here, this box start from here. It's called block, or it is also known as a parenthesis. So if this entire statement is true, and in this entire statement true, and say is true. And when this statement is true, this one. So when either in your string you put run or execute, both the side is true. And when this statement is true, this one is true. When either you put notepad or editor, then only this is true. Okay, but why I'm using notepad or editor? Because my requirement is, final requirement, guys, is okay. What I want what I want here, when anybody who run my program, my tool, my software, I would like to chat with them, right? And in the chat, my user can type, can you please execute text editor for me. They will type this kind of statement. Okay, if they type this kind of statement, okay, what I want, my program has to understand what exactly they're typing, and accordingly I redirect. Accordingly I launch the notepad. But right now it's not working because we don't know so much about the customer. We don't know what kind of statement they get. But as you know more and more about customer, more and more words you collect, more and more conditions you collect. It's not bigger, but logically they are very simple. Okay, and then put this condition here in your program. Okay, so let me put here. So let me remove this part and copy here. And I can say now my program is more intelligent. We understand more. We understand my customer better, because we know customers sometimes use run, sometimes they use execute, or sometimes they use a combination with notepad or the editor. Okay, now in this program, guys, if you run this program again, right? A same code if I type here, or same string if I type here. Last time it was not working, but this time they understand what I'm talking about and they launch the notepad. Or maybe if even though, let me try one more time. Can you run editor for me? So even though, guys, whatever the way you create the statement, it is working for, they launch the notepad. So working good. I'm not saying again perfect, right? You can add some more conditions over here, some more condition here, but yeah, it is working great. But okay. So right now, guys, now its program look like a little bit more like human, a little bit more like intelligence. It is not like a, in some time you call to the customer care and they say press 1 to listen this, press 2 listen. It's a very boring kind of system, right? Now this thing is like a something like a chatbot, not exactly, but something like this. So somebody's chatting from my program and say, can you please launch a database for me? Can you please launch cloud computing for me? Can you please launch some other technology for me? So in the future, guys, as you know more about the technology and other things and other stuff, so we can keep on adding a lot of technological thing here. Right now, just for testing, because a lot of guys are new in the technology, just for testing, I'm using Chrome on the notepad. But we replace the Chrome. Like I told you multiple times, guys, if you really want to do something great, you should know multiple technology. So maybe in the future, I'll write here, let's say launch website. And I write here, please go and connect to the cloud. I write here, please go and do SMS for me. Okay, so as you know, further technology, we will add more technological code here. But approach would be something like this. Okay, this is one thing. And guys, by the way, one more thing I just want to tell you, because in this training, guys, we also going to create some website, typically known as web app. Okay, so our final product or project would be should be properly displayed to the customer. Obviously, they won't display in this kind of black screen. Nobody come and launch the black screen. Nowadays, everybody either they like mobile app or they like a website or web app. Okay, so finally, guys, this program slowly we will convert into the website. And for the guys, this program, guys, we are going to learn lots of things about website or the web app. Or most probably, guys, some of the part we will going to start from the next weekend. So from next Saturday class, I will slowly start how to create the website or the web app using the Python. And for the guys, there's some basic prerequisite of some Linux, because mostly, guys, we launch the website on the top of Linux. Typically, Python code won't change. Code syntax would be exactly same. But when you launch the website, it will be launched on the top of Linux. So I highly recommend, guys, the video that we have shared with you of the Linux. Those who missed the video, go through it. Otherwise, you won't able to link it. And before the next Saturday, guys, I will share 1 or 2 more video where I have talked about how to configure a web server. So I'm not asking to create the website, because for creating the website, you have to host it. So what is host or web server, guys? In this video, I have talked about from very basic, from zero. So first, go through my initial classes of Linux that I shared already. Even though I asked my team, they will share again one more time. I think there's a 4 video. And 2 more video, guys, I am going to share. So you have complete week. Do it. You also learn a lot of new things, guys, how to create your own or configure your own web server. Do it. Okay, 2, maybe 3 or maybe 1 video. Let me check. Okay, do it. So in the next class, I'll start showing you how to create your own web apps using the Python. And slowly, guys, this journey will take you to one of the great technology of the Python. It's called Flask. So in the upcoming class, we also started with Flask. That's called part of the full stack development, right? Okay. So whatever final project we have, we start from here, this black screen, because it's a good way to learn what is exactly happening behind the scene. But after you conceptually very much clear, then we'll convert this idea, our inputs, our outputs completely on the website. That's what we will do in the upcoming classes. Okay. So guys, this is the one basic thing I have explained you here. Okay. So now, guys, the very simple homework for you. Okay, very simple homework for you. I will share this complete code to you. Nothing special about this code, but I will share this code to you in a Google Drive. what to do, guys, wherever you are running this code in Linux or Windows or Mac, wherever you are running, try to make this menu as bigger as you can. Try to give more and more options here. Okay, for example, give Chrome, Notepad, Window Media Player, VLC Player, I don't know, whatever you have in your base operating system. Just try to give more and more options to your customer, to a user of your program. Plus, if you, for example, if you're giving you a Notepad here, for example, try to add more and more conditions. So whatever the combination customer try, either run or execute or launch. Maybe they try Notepad, editor, text editor. Any combination they try, they will launch the Notepad. Okay, for example, if you talk to Alexa or if you talk to Siri, okay, so if you say, Alexa, can you please play the song, or play the song, can you please do one thing for me, can you play the song, the way, whatever you speak to the Alexa or other sound-based system, they understand what actually your final essence is, what exactly you want, right? So try to, guys, create, even though start from very basic, if then keep on adding, and more you things you add, your program become more and more mature. Even the same thing you can do in more, even though in this program there might be some bug. For example, if you talk as a English language here, so right now if I type this, it is working, but can you, if I write please don't run editor for me. So guys, in the English language, I'm asking please don't run editor. Okay, please don't run editor. But this program doesn't understand because they don't know English, right? So even they launch the editor. So a small bug, like this small bug you might have. Why? Because in my code, I am looking for the run or the editor. I never check about the don't. So I can also write here, if they find don't or didn't or not, this kind of word, exclude this. So we'll add in the upcoming class, even though this part we can do in more better way, right? Whenever, guys, you get a chance to go for in some of the advanced machine learning or the deep learning programs, right, in the data science world. So there's one subject there is called NLP, natural language processing. So you can also add NLP concepts here. Again, in this training, we are not going for NLP, okay, but you can add some NLP concepts to make this program more grammatically right. So using NLP, we come to know this sentence is negate or negative, or what is my action, who is my subject and object, English grammar, you can find and according take the decision. Okay, but again, we don't require, but maybe in the future, because this is the journey from where you have to start, and after this you think your program now is been exhausted, there's nothing left but some loopholes there, then this is new requirement come up, there's a new challenge come up, and then the need of the new technology come in play. So it's not good way directly go to the NLP. First, explore what you have already base level, and after explore and you think now in the base level, what I'm looking for, some part is not missing. So automatically the new arise, new requirement arise, and a new use case come up, new challenge come up, and that time you learn this kind of technology or other technology, it will help you more. It will help you more to logically understand why we are using NLP, why we are using deep learning, why we are using sequence to sequence, right? Whatever you guys, there's tons of things we can do there. But again, in this training, we are not going to discuss this part. But at least almost everything you can do here. Some of the bug you might find, but doesn't matter. Intention here, first intention is to learn the path. So just focus on that part. Okay, and for learning, I am using this approach. So guys, this is one homework for you. Okay, try to optimize this program and try to add as much as you can. And guys, one more one competition I would like to do for you, and we will announce the result of this competition. Okay, so guys, you create this project, okay, about your operating system, maybe your Linux, Windows or Mac, any of the operating system you can use, any of the operating system command you can use. So this competition is for 5 days. Before the next Saturday, we will announce the result on that particular class. Okay, so guys, create this project in more detailed way, and those student or professionals or any of the learner over here who make this project in more optimized way and better way, I'm not asking to use your any extra skill. Whatever you learned till date, use that skill. Okay, and who create this program more better way, more option they write, better they are working, better they are working. So okay, so we will guys from the IIAC community guys, we honored you or we reward you. Okay, so we will update you guys. We update your name in our social media, so you also get a name and fame. Okay, so we will announce guys top three learner here. Okay, okay, and where you can post your result, I will guys, we will update you in your WhatsApp group or maybe in the Telegram channel, wherever you guys added. Okay, so we'll update you guys where you will post your output. Okay, so we will update you there, and we also might give you some cash prize also to maybe sometime to make you motivated, right? So this is one a small competition, but it will give you a lot of lot of extra benefit in the future go, right? So there's one competition for you. I want everybody participate. It is not about only competition, it is the best way to learn some more new thing, right? So that's what guys I want from you. Okay, so let's understand and talk some more concept here. Okay, so this is one concept guys we have done. Now guys, in this program whatever we learn, there is one small challenge, very small challenge. The challenge is guys, when you run this code and you ask them, can you run Chrome form? They'll launch the Chrome work. That's good, and the my program completed. Okay, the program has been completed. I don't want this. Okay, so if you're creating some program like this, who is chatting with you, who you understand your requirement, who's doing something for you, I don't want this stop. I want they keep on working. Working. For example, when I run this program and I ask, can you run Notepad for me? So it launched the Notepad, close the Notepad. Again, they ask me, can you tell me your next requirement? Can you tell me next requirement? Till the time I ask them, can you please exit? They keep on asking me. Again, in the programming world, if you want something is keep on doing again and again for you. Okay, typically in the programming world, it is not a loop. So very simple concept, but my requirement leads me to start the new topic. So guys, in this way I haven't started that you have to first learn loop. Okay, so guys, none of the technology in the world first they create, then we start using, right? The way the creator thinks and the research things, innovator things, they always understand the challenges. Okay, and challenges lead us to launch the new logics. Challenges lead us to launch new technologies. Okay, so this is a bad approach, right? First learn the loop, and then we'll see in the future. Let's see where we're gonna use the loop, or let's see where we're gonna use the conditions. It is not like this. So, my challenge lead me to start the new topic. Okay, but the challenge is I don't want they stop and again every time I have to run my program for every requirement. I want my program is keep on running and they keep on asking. And if you try to search in the Google, can you tell me what can we do? And can you tell me what to do? My program is keep on asking me. Then answer, very basic thing, but answer is, you can see, is loop. Loop will help me to keep on running this concept, right? So that's what guys we are going to loop. And again, in the programming world, there's multiple different kind of loops available. A very typical example you might see is while loop. Other example is for loop, or maybe other also. For is very very powerful loop in the Python. I would like to give one dedicated time on the for loop. Very interesting, very powerful concepts in the Python especially. So today I'm not talking the for loop. Okay, we will talk about the for loop and the difference with while in the upcoming class. But today I'm going to start a loop called while loop. Okay, so while loop, those who are very new in the program, for them, let me first explain you the loop. Then I'll show you how to use the loop here. Okay, so for to make you understood, guys, again I'm going to open my new terminal. Okay, and let me launch a Python here. Okay, guys, I keep on shifting here and there, but wherever you run Python, your syntax is same. But I use that particular screen, either this one or either my file, or either Jupyter. Syntax is same, but for a reason I'm showing here. Okay. So for example, as a programmer, if you have a requirement and somebody asks you to print hello, hello or hi, you print it. And somebody asks you again, can you print? Again I type, again print. Somebody asks you, can you print? Again I type, again print. But somebody asks you, can you print this high 1 million times? So can you do it? Yes, why not? if you don't have any other job, just keep on typing print millions time, and it will print for you. Okay, but if you do this, so it look like you are not so much intelligent, you don't know how to use the power of technology. Okay, so why computer is created, guys? Because computer is created, whatever you want to do, if you ask your computer will do for you on your behalf. So that's what, guys, I'm going to do here. So I asked my computer, can you please do one thing for me? My requirement, I know, right? I'll tell my requirement once. I have to print high. And I'm also telling you, because you're a computer, you will work for me, whatever I ask you to work, because you are not an intelligent device the way I am, the way the human being is. Maybe AI make you intelligent, but it's not so much intelligent like the human being. Okay, but yeah, so we are not intelligent device, but you're good in the speed. The biggest challenge in the human being are very slow. They're lazy. The good thing about the computer, they're fast, right? What you ask them to do, they will do very quickly, right? So I'm asking you, this is the one statement, and can you run this statement millions of times? so I will tell you one time, but you keep on running, because you keep on running the same thing again and again. It's called loop. But you have to tell, obviously you have to tell how much time you want to run, one time, millions time. So you have to create a loop. So it is something like this. I will tell, can you system please run this statement high 10 times or 100 times. So obviously I will ask, can you start from 1 or run, then 2 run, then 3 then run, till 10 then run, and then obviously after 10 they stop. So way we write this syntax is something like this. So I can say start from 1, okay, and run this, again run, and when this 1 from where you started is greater than equals to or greater than 10, stop. So guys, typically final syntax will be like something like this. So we'll ask them, can you please run this statement or any of the statement, whatever you feel like, and ask them, can you start, let's say I is one variable I'm creating, with while. And because we are going to create a loop, we can use while as a keyword. While is good in creating the loop. So I ask while can you do one thing, right? Can you do one thing? Can you check one condition? Does I is less than equals to 10? Okay, and guys, while is again something like if. A lot of guys compare while with the for loop, but I don't compare. I normally compare with the if. Why? When I go for for loop, I will explain you. But while is something like if. Okay, like in if we check the condition. If condition is true, they will go inside the block of code and they run the code. But if condition is false, while won't go inside and they won't run the code. So typically, guys, the syntax is something like this. So I start from here. Initial value of I is 1. Does this condition true? Obviously 1 is less than 10. Because true, while say now I am happy, my condition true, I will go inside my block of code, and whatever you ask them, I will run for you. But only difference between the while and the if loop, if keyword is happy, they run the block of code and they go ahead. They won't come back. But good thing about the while is, okay, after condition true, they go inside, run the code, and again they come back. Again check the condition. If the condition again true, they again run the code, again they come back. They keep on running. The same code till the condition becomes false. That is the reason, guys, this keyword is not a loop, because we keep on doing the loop. Okay, so let me, guys, write this statement here. So let me start with I equals to 1, and I'll tell my while. And guys, you know the syntax is the same. This is the normal syntax for other languages, but in the Python we don't use any parentheses. We don't use any curly braces. So in the Python we write while I is less than equals to 10. And we have to write a block of code, and I told you yesterday, wherever you write a block of code, we have to give indentation. Let's say print high. Let me write one more thing. Let me write one more time. Print whatever your statement you want to run, keep on running. Let me write one more statement. Let's say print print by. Okay, so well, guys, very small question answer from you. If I hit enter one more time, the block complete. What do you think, guys? What output will come up? What output will come up? I start from I1. Does I less than 10? Yes, true. They go inside, they run the code, and while again come back, they check the condition. Again, they find it's true. So what do you think, guys? How much time they will print for you? So typical, guys, in this case, you know what? They keep on running this code. They keep on running this code. They won't stop. It is called infinite loop. Why infinite loop? Because I asked them initially, my I is 1, and guys, I is always 1 to the life to the life of this system, right? Always 1, because I haven't increased the value of I. So right now, if I hit enter, they keep on running, right? Even though if you keep on running my laptop forever, right, this program never stops. They keep on running. It is like infinite loop, because because I asked them that the value of I is 1, and I asked them check this condition. Do I value never change? This condition never falls? Because never falls, so why is keep on running, infinite. They never stop. But if you want, they will stop. Obviously, you have to make the condition false. And how? One way would be change the value of I. So initial I value is 1. Ask them I, can you please change your value to 2? Again on the loop. Next time again ask the I to change the value 3. And after 10 loop, I value become 10. After next loop, I become 11. And because 11 is less than 10, no, false. They false, they come out. So guys, typically you guys know this concept, maybe it's called increment. So we have to increment the I. But right now here I forgot to increment, so my loop never stop. It keep on running. But right now, because it is keep on running, and if you want to stop, as a human being, you can stop by passing Control C. So when you press Control C, Control C will interrupt your program. So let me run this program again one more time. One more time. Even though here now this time I can launch in the Jupyter. So here I will say I equals to 1. I'll tell my while loop, check I is less than equals to 10 or 20 or 1, and then print hi. Okay, and then if you run this, guys, it become again infinite loop. But if you want, right, every time loop run, I would like to change the value of I. You can add I++. But guys, most of the language, guys, I++ means increase the value of I with 1, then 2, then 3. But guys, I++ doesn't support in Python. So if you want to increase the value of I, simplest way we can use is equals to I plus 1. It means initial value of I is 1, condition is true, they go in, print hi, 1 plus 1 is 2, so I value is 2. Again they go in, condition is true, print hi, and 2 plus 1 is 3. After they run 10 times, value I become 11. Obviously 11 is less than 10, condition false, and while don't like false, the way if they fail. Okay, they won't go in and they come out. If you say, guys, here see, if you count, they will print 10 times. Very basic concept. I elaborated here, especially for those guys who are new in the programming language. But understand one thing, guys, while is a keyword like if, that is a reason that is the reason we have to use colon here. Or any of the keyword you write, if or else, for, that has a block of code, you don't have to use curly braces, you have to give the same space here. Whatever space you give, it should be in same indent. The concept I explained you yesterday, guys, is called indentation. Okay, that's what you have to use here. One more, guys, concept I would like to tell you. Maybe some of the guys might don't know this concept. Okay, guys, for loop, I am not explaining you here. Very powerful concept, lots of interesting, powerful implementation we can do with the for loop, especially in the Python. There's no comparison of for with the while. So I am not going to compare for loop with the while. So in upcoming class, I will explain you what is for loop. So even though you don't know for loop, doesn't matter. Okay, but I would like to compare, guys, while with the if. Right now, just want to show you something. If you talk about if like true, similarly while also like true. And if it's true, if will go in their block of code. Similarly, while will go in their block of code. But if you give false here, If won't run this code, they will go to else, and else they will run their block of code. Similarly, guys, similarly here, if you give false to the while don't run this code, and here also we can also use else also in the while. So if you give false, they will go to else and they run their block of code. Okay, so this also you can done in the Python. You can also use else with the while. This is one thing. So it will look exactly same. The only difference in while and if is if it is true, if run their block of code and they go ahead to the next codes. But in the while, if this condition is true, again they run their block of code, but they won't go ahead again, come back. Check condition again one more time. Again run the code. Again go back. Come back. Again come back. So that is the reason, guys, while is not a loop. Right? Otherwise, everything is exactly the same. Let me show you guys this demo here. Okay. So let's say I have one variable, let's say x equals to 2, for example. I write a while while check does x is greater than 1 or greater than 10. No, 2 is not greater than 10. It's false. If it's true, then run then run okay. Else, well, if it's false, then run and say print not okay. It look exactly it look exactly way we write the code in if. But in this code, guys, because x is 2, it is not greater than 10. So while say it is false, they won't go in. So they take you the else and they will print here. Here, no okay, come up. So so I'm so sorry, guys. So it is look like exactly the if. The only difference is if it is if it is true. If it's true, then they go in. Okay. Again they go, again this true, so it become like infinite because my x value never change, 1 is never change, it always true because they always true. So if you see, guys, it keep on running. Okay, so it's like infinite loop they done. It's keep on running, it won't stop. And guys, if any infinite loop come in the command line, if you want to stop, you can press Ctrl C. But any infinite loop come in the Jupyter, you can see this kind of star, means this program is keep on running. Okay, anything any infinite loop happen on the Jupyter, you can't do Ctrl C here because in Jupyter Ctrl C it doesn't work. So only way to stop this loop in the top from here, and here you can just go and restart this program. This is one of the way. Other way also we have, but here we can go and restart this program to stop this loop, or maybe you can pause, or other way also you can do. So this is one of the way you can use. So if I click here and restart, can you want to restart? I see yes. This is one of the way you can use. Program to program, the thing vary, but logic wise they are same, exact same. And one more last thing I would like to tell you here is, okay, it means finally why I'm explaining this concept, because I have to use this concept in my main program. But finally, I would like to tell you, whatever you write in the front of if or while loop, they need true. They only understand Boolean. Okay, it means if I manually go to while loop and directly give that Boolean, and let me do something here. Sorry. Okay, 1 minute. So if I directly give the Boolean in the while loop, let's go 2 is the Boolean I told you, and ask them to print hi. So this condition, guys, is never never become false. True, I'm telling you while loop, you are always true. Keep on looping, and it will become an infinite loop. Okay, so whatever statement you write, it keep on running forever. Here, guys, they keep on running, they never stop. Okay, so sometimes guys it is very good. You know, let me tell you one great use case where you can use this. Okay, where you can use this particular concept. Okay, so guys, sometime you know what, we have a requirement that we don't know how much time my customer want to use my program. Right, some customer would like to use my program 1 time, some customer used to use my program 100 times, million times, we don't know. Okay, so in this case you can use while with the infinite loop and ask them whatever we want to do, keep on doing. Okay, why infinite? Because we don't know how much time they want. So ask them, you want 1 time, 10 times, how much time you want to use, you can use it. You know, one of the example is this one. this one. So this is a program we have created, right? In this program, guys, right now, let me write anything here. It will come out. So whatever you do here, it will come out. But some customer who use this program, they might use this program, want to use this program 10 times. Somebody use 1 time. Somebody you want to use millions of time. We don't know. Okay. So what I want, guys, this entire program, I would like to put in the loop. And which loop? Infinite loop. So let me, guys, try to show you how to do this. So I'm going to open this program again here. You'll understand what exactly I'm talking about. So let me open this program here. And entire program, guys, I am putting the full from here. So I would like to run program from here till last, completely in the full, completely in the infinite loop. And how simple? We can write the while loop here. While true. And guys, you know, in the Python we never start with this kind of block. So I want from here till here completely will go inside the loop. So obviously you have to give indent. So give some 2 spaces, or sometime I normally sometime do tab. It will very faster. So that's all. So because with respect to while, I give all the line the same indent. So it is a complete block of code of while. Now that's, guys, that's a simple thing we have to do here. Now what happened, guys, the entire code within the while loop, and because I use true, so now it is a choice of the customer how much time they would like to use. 10 times, 100 times they can use. So let me show you here. And now if I run this program, last time, if you see, every time I run one thing, they stop. Every time I run one time, they stop. But here in this case, if I run my program, sorry, in this case, if I run my program, if I type something, maybe I'm wrong, they won't stop. Again, R doesn't support. Can you tell me your requirement? Let me, I type something wrong here. Again, tell me, can you please tell me to? Or may say, can you please run Notepad for me? They launch the Notepad. As soon as I close the Notepad, again, they ask me, tell me next requirement. I say, please run Chrome for me. They launch the Chrome. Again, they ask you, tell me next requirement. Okay, so customer, guys, because everybody has their own requirement. So I don't want my program to stop. So here, in this kind of requirement use case, while loop is very important, especially the while true means infinite loop. Infinite loop is the very important to use. But only challenge, guys, we have here is now this program never stop. It's keep on running. It like infinite, it will keep on still. So we can do one thing. So guys, in the while, there's one interesting keyword we have. Okay, whenever you run the while loop, maybe 1 time, 10 times, million times, in the while loop, whenever they find one keyword, this is called break. Break is one keyword. So break is one keyword. It gives the instruction to the while loop. Whenever this keyword run, you have to stop yourself. So maybe we plan you to run 20 times, but in between, if you see the break, stop yourself. Or maybe you plan yourself to run infinite time. But whenever you see the break, you have to stop yourself. Right? That's what the meaning of the break. Break is one keyword. Means break your loop. Right? Maybe infinite, or maybe 10 loop or 20 loops. Okay. So that's what we have to do here. Right now, I can terminate this program with Control-C. As a developer, we might use Control-C, but normally user, they don't like Control-C, but unwanted output come up. Okay. So I would like to terminate properly. Okay, so something like this, if somebody, for example, there's some kind of AI program available in the market, or robot, right? So if I ask them, can you please dance for us? Can you please play a song for us? Or sometimes we go, so can you please shut down yourself? Something like this, I'll tell, can you launch a Chrome? Can you launch the Notepad? I run something else that doesn't support. And when I say, can you please shut down yourself? Or can you please exit? So they will stop automatically, rather than I press Control-C. So how can we do this, right? So again, we can write one more condition in my code. So this is my code. And here I can write one more condition here. Elif. And I write, if somebody in this input P, if somebody say, can you please exit? So somebody write anywhere exit, then make this statement true. Okay, maybe exit, or maybe somebody asked me to quit. Any of the condition match. Maybe somebody also asks you to can you quit your program. Somebody asks you, can you please exit this program? Whatever condition match, any of the condition match, I say or. Then that particular point in time, ask them to run a program called break. So this break is a keyword only run if any of this statement match. Right, from this P. And guys, this is the wrong program. So I have to open this particular code. Okay. So let me type this code here. So one more condition I'm writing here inside the while loop. You to properly indent according to while loop. Again, this part also. So what happened, guys? While loop is keep on running. When while loop run, we ask the input. But in the input, if somebody type, can you please exit the program? Right? Then they say, they check this condition, the condition not match, this not match, this not match, but this match. When this condition match, we run the break keyword. And break is one keyword in the Python that will tell the while loop where they are in, and they ask the while loop. Maybe you are going to plan for run this infinite, but I want you break right now. I don't want to be continue. Break right now. Let me run the same program again. I write something here, not working. Something here, not working. I say, can you run run Notepad for me or editor for me? They launch the editor. Good, working good. But it's keep on running. But if I say, can you please exit this program? What do I write? Because it must exit, or because I write in my code somewhere exit, so it will say close the program. So it look like better. It look pretty better to work with this program. Okay. So again, guys, I also introduce you one more keyword rather than I explain you break keyword in normal way. So whenever the requirement come up, I have explained this break keyword. So guys, multiple concepts I have explained you. Right, this video would be there for you maybe for some time, maybe. Okay, I don't know. So any of the concept, if you think you missed, just go to concept. Even though most important concept, pretty simple, but it requires some practice, is use this. Sorry guys, is use this part. It's very interesting. Okay, and this is the homework and also competition for you. Even though, guys, there were more competition here we have for you. The competition is, guys, because I told you guys yesterday in my yesterday announcement, we have created one platform for you to take you guys and connect with the creators. But one of the criteria we have is any learner over here who has the sharing nature. What exactly meaning of sharing in upcoming class you come to know, having a nature of responsibility. Again, I will explain you the actual meaning, what I'm talking about responsibility, right? So anybody has this nature, we always promote these guys. So again, one more comparison, guys, we are going to do today. So guys, in this training, right, we have a 3 platform through which we communicate with you. One is WhatsApp. So I believe everybody is a part of WhatsApp, but WhatsApp group we have created just for management queries, not for technical queries. We have one more channel we have created for this IIC that is called Telegram. Right, where guys, you guys should have the part of this group. So any announcement from the IIC or maybe my next classes link, we will always post in the Telegram channel. So it's one way, but any announcement from our side, we will always do here. So anybody who are not the part of Telegram, join yourself. Okay. But one more thing, guys, we have created one more platform. This is called Discord channel. Okay, so Discord channel, guys, we have created to post your queries. So we have huge 300 plus technical volunteers, maybe I think now 400 plus real technical volunteers. They are always there to help you. So any query if you have, whatever we learned till date, you can ask your query and this technical volunteer will reply you. Okay, so it's one of the great platform, especially only created for this program. Only for this program we have newly created, and almost everybody is there. But anybody who are not the part of Discord, so ask in respective group, they give you a link, you can join this channel. Okay, but what is the one more competition you have now from this week, guys? This is a weekly competition, and we want you guys help each other, take a responsibility, sharing your knowledge. So for 400 plus technical volunteer we have from our side. By I also want guys you also take a responsibility. What you can do, guys, if one of the student posts the query, you can also reply. And some of the student post the query, you might don't know the answer, but try yourself, Google yourself, try to find the answer and reply this guy. Two benefit you'll get. One, because you don't know, you don't know this query, okay, and you search, so you'll learn more. Or because you might know this query, maybe this query might be asked by some of the company, because around 40% learner here, or maybe 50% learner here from a different company working in the different profile. Maybe they are great in their technology, but maybe they are new in Python. So maybe they ask you, and if you reply, so you get a great link from these guys, and maybe it will be help you in further jobs and further placements also. Or maybe both the guys are the same companies or different company, you get a great link also. So a lot of opportunities, guys, you will get achieve, you will achieve and receive by this kind of sharing responsibility. And also it will help us also to it also help you to showcase yourself in the front of IISc community, right? Okay, so what is the competition, guys? We keep on closely monitoring you guys, everybody over here, and those student who will help more, share more, promote more, promote you can say motivate the students to learn more, to research more. So whenever, guys, we see these things, so every weekly, guys, we announce 3 names. Right, who is the best guy who share more, help each other. And again, guys, we will promote your name in our ISC community. Plus we might also have some cash prize for you guys. Okay, so guys, all intention, guys, is to create this learning platform helpful for everybody. Okay, so this is one more announcement. I'm so sorry, guys. From my side. And we also do one more thing, guys, here. Every weekly we announce 3 top guys. Every weekly we give some cash prize to you. Plus, if it has been consistent, if some of the student will see is consistent, they keep on doing from for every week till the end of this particular program, from the IISc community also, we will give you one more extra certificate that will have this tag. Okay, and will help you guys in a further jobs, further profiles, and further projects also. So we will give you again one extra certificate to entitle about your skills. Okay, this is one more thing. And one more thing, guys, we are doing here. This Discord channel is big only for this program, but it's very big number of audiences there. So these students who will get this prize, the top 3 every week, we also give some extra title for them. Or that's called badge we will give. And this badge will be showcased in this code. Okay, so lots of things, guys, likewise we have planned. So one announcement I have did today. Two different competition kind of thing we have launched. Overall intention is one to take you guys together. We take you guys together. And you can't think of, guys, in upcoming 1, 2 or 3 months, you can't think what level you guys can reach. And one more very last announcement, then I open my Q&A. One very last announcement. So, guys, IISc is one of my community. We have one company called Linux World, right, where we focus on trainings, we focus on real projects and research, something like this. So we keep on doing something there. So next week, guys, we are doing one Google Cloud, one of the biggest cloud like AWS. So we are doing one workshops of 2 days, or Saturday and Sunday. Even though you have a class next week, guys, in the evening, but this is the workshop I'm doing, and I'm the one who is delivering this workshop on the morning time. I think 4-hour, 8-hour workshop where we practically see how the cloud work, cloud concepts, multiple service of the cloud, how to work together. Okay, anybody who are interested in to join this workshop, you can join. Even though, because they are under the Linux community, okay, even though normally this kind of workshop is pure practical workshop, where some kind of some advanced concept also we discuss. Normally we conduct works of very high price, but it come with some price. It will be your choice, you want to join or not. But you can get the detail from our Linux World website pages or some other way. Anybody interested to learn the Google Cloud, they can join. Very cheap price we are doing, but if you want, you can join. That will be your choice. Okay, there's one more small announcement, right? Otherwise, lots of guys concept we have done. Next week, guys, multiple plan we have. I will convert this program into my speak. So rather than I type this way, I type this way, we will speak and this will work for us, right? This is one plan. Plus multiple guys tasks I have given to you. How to read the RAM, how to do a WhatsApp, email, SMS, and some more tasks I have given to you. So just try it. In the next week, I will give you the answer of those questions also, right? So next week, guys, is very important. Anybody who missed any of the lecture, do it, because next week we will go into the very different level altogether. Plus, the very important thing is the Linux classes. So all the Linux classes we have shared with you, do it. So you can think, guys, after having this knowledge, your creation would be in the way again into the very different skill set you will achieve, right? So that's all, guys. And now I'm opening. So guys, I'm opening my Q&A. So any query if you have, you can ask me. So just to give me 1 minute. Let me open the Q&A over here. So any query if you have, guys, you can ask me. Your chat box is open. Any query if you have, you can ask me, guys. Whatever, guys, we discussed till date, you can ask me. Guys, somebody asked me why the Python leave the last index. There's a reason, Roshan, for this. Maybe in upcoming class we might discuss there. There's one small reason. There's not so much typical. So we can sub-indexing and some more concept we have. Very small concept. I will explain you. It's not so much intuitive, not so much logical, but yeah, there's some small concept we will discuss you. Yes, Shubham, guys, we will discuss create the GUI, but not actually the GUI. We will going to create a web UI, because today's world is all about web UI. So we will discuss about the web UI. Yes, guys, we are going to use Apache server for the web hosting. So we will do Apache for the web hosting. Okay. So anybody who wanted to discuss about the different MATLAB or Julia or Python or R, maybe, guys, when I start a little bit about data science based logics, so maybe that time I will give you very high level difference of MATLAB versus Python versus R, something like this. Okay, maybe today might not be so much required, but yeah, we will definitely discuss. Okay, Parveen, no, maybe if you want to use TK Enter, you can use if you want to create a desktop based application. But here we today's now world is all about web application, so we might not use TK Enter, rather than we will use CGI or the Flask in the upcoming class to create some real website or real application, right? Okay, so that will work actually like a GUI, but I think if you're talking about desktop based application, we don't require, right? If you need, we will discuss. No, Deepika, I don't think so it will work. If you give the range 2:5:7, so it means you are starting from 2. First value they might pick, next value they jump to 7, because the total range you give 5 last. So next range you won't reach. So only I think the first value they might give you. I think Cora Arvind, you are talking about the reverse. Maybe this might be, it might work. Just try by yourself, but I think it should work. Can you do the path of camera? you can try by yourself. The approach that I show you in the last class. Okay, even though in the Python also we have module to communicate with the camera. It's called CV2 module. You can use to convert, right? So Yes, Satyam, we can take the input from the mic. That's what we are going to do in the next class. So yes, guys, if you want, you want to get the detail of GCP workshop, I will ask my team. They will put you in a WhatsApp group, so you can get from there if you want, right? Or maybe in the Telegram channel we'll post there. So let me check where we can post the detail of the WhatsApp of the GCP or Google Cloud workshop, right? Sagar, I told you we are going to use Flask, not Django, but both use case are same, right? Maybe in the Flask I will explain you what is the difference between the Django, but we are going to use Flask here. Name of modifier speech, Chencha, we will discuss in the next class. That will be the next class topic. But even though you can try also by yourself, but I will show you in my next class. Okay. Yes, not guys. Not is also keyword like or and. Not also you can use to negate. Yes, guys, a workshop we will provide a certificate. This is a 2-day workshop, pure hands-on. We will provide a certificate. Anybody who want to learn the cloud from basics to almost all the main important concepts in the workshop we can discuss, right? Guys, you can use PyTTS. In the PyTTS we have option to convert a voice from male voice, female voice, speed, change the speed, everything you can do in the PyTTS. Just try to find the help. I show you how to read the help, or maybe in the next class if you want I'll show you. And guys, what are the competition I explained you today? We will ask my team. They will post on your WhatsApp group the 2 competition what I announced today. So you will get more clarity about the competition. Titi, we will cover not Django. Obviously, one web technology we are going to cover. So I choose Flask, but same concept we can use Django. Or database, we also use some database. Let's see, maybe MySQL, or maybe I will announce that time. We will definitely use one database, and obviously, whatever database you have to use SQL, right? So we'll update you guys which database we are going to use finally. Whenever you need, I will explain that time. Guys, for the workshop there is no prerequisite. Anybody can join because I am going to start the cloud from very basics. So my main intention of workshop is to enable you guys, to enable you in the cloud world, right? PyTTS, I told you guys, it is not the core of the Python. You have to install it. I think last class also told you. So you have to install PyTTS with the pip command. Guys, you don't have to do your attendance or summary in the chat. Okay, so you have to put your summary or chat in the link whatever we provide you guys after the session, right? No, guys, you don't need and to learn anything for the web technology. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, whatever we need, I trained you guys. So you, for none of my training or my workshop, there is no SS prerequisite. For in this training, there is no prerequisite. Whatever we need, even though we need HTML, we will discuss you. Kirti, if you want to do an internship in a company, you can contact to our HR, or you can contact to Preeti. She might help you. Okay. And guys, I will update you guys when you do complete your task. And today I have given you one competition. You have to configure something, configure something. So where to upload, will update you in a WhatsApp group where you can upload your code so that we can finalize the finalize the winner. Is Pankaj, you can use Ubuntu also. Red Hat is not compulsory, but there's some reason I ask you because some of the command might be different. So in the future classes, you won't able to sync with us, right? So I suggest use the Ubuntu, okay, and so you use the Red Hat. And even though in the company we use Red Hat like OS more, okay, so it will also help you for future world. Okay. No, Vikas, we are not going to create a microservices, but we are going to create API. Because we are going to create API, then a lot of microservices concept will cover there. Okay. So typically, we don't take the microservices or microservice design patterns, but yeah, a lot of idea you will get there. Okay. So a lot of questions. No, guys, pip, we can't use pip to install the Python, right? Python. You can use pip for installing the Python libraries. Python is interpreter, right? You can use installer or other way also. But but normally we use can you enroll for no Ayushi MLOps course we won't launch again. Only one batch we launch. It's a specialized program, so we won't launch MLOps right again. It is not decided, guys, where we are going to do Google cloud computing workshop, right? Maybe in our private channel, but maybe in maybe YouTube, we don't know. Right, it's not yet updated from my management. Yes, guys, if you need hashing, we will discuss, right? We will explain you. Vikas, sorry, Vijay, we might use MongoDB. Depend, guys, about our requirement. Maybe I might go to MySQL, right? Depend upon the further project requirement. So we'll update you guys whenever we start the databases. We'll update you which database we are going to use. Fees for the workshop, we'll update you guys in the. It's no very cheap actually. I'll try to make all of my workshop very cheap. So we'll update you. My team will. I'll ask my team. They will send all the details in your groups. You can check from there. If you want to update pip in the pip, I think there's one option called update or -u, capital U. So you can update the pip with the pip command. So I think pip update -u pip or pip install -u pip. Some this option you can write. It will update the pip. So tell me something about RSC. If you guys go through my Linux classes, there a little bit I talk about RSC. At RSC, so you can you can you get the information from there, right? Even though a lot of concepts of Linux and RSC I cover in my Linux classes, right? Again, free of course classes. So that's all, guys. Lots of concept I explain you, even the one class, but multiple example. I'll try, guys, my best, especially for those guys who are very new in that programming world, so they understand. But plus the approach I'm taking for those guys who know a lot of things in the programming, but but they don't know where to use the program, right? So I'll take some real examples here to come to create something new. Okay. So that's all, guys. Almost other questions what you are asking maybe covered in some of the classes, so I'm not picking those questions, right? But yeah, it will be covered in some days. Okay. Two great competition I launched. Just be participate. It will help you. It not help me. It will help you to showcase yourself to the world, right? Okay. So that's all, guys, from my side, and see you guys in the next class. Bye. Take care.